Beyond the courts and the law, might a political solution still suffice at this point in resolving the Fubara assembly members, well, let me include Wike crisis? Do you think that is possible considering where we are at the moment?
I think that's the only real solution. It's a political problem that became legal problem. The great American French philosopher Alexis Tocqueville, who went to US and looked at the American democracy, says in America, no sooner had a political crisis developed than it becomes a legal crisis. So in the US, a political crisis, there's too much legalization or legalism. People are litigating. So political crises are often taken to the court. This is a political crisis. And the real solution is political. Yes, the court has complicated it because the judgment of the Supreme Court has created a legalistic solution which requires a lot of social political grounding to deliver. So court says, do ABC, of course, but there are many contexts from which ABC can emerge, but the court's decision will not address those contexts. So what we see today now is you have a legal victory, but that legal victory requires some other political action to make it happen. And those political actions are not covered in the law, in the decision of the court. So I think that the real solution is political, which is that the two actors, protagonists, Fubara and of course the legislators via Wike, agree to accommodate each other. So the legislature says, you know what, the governor can stay as governor. We're not going to impeach the governor. And the governor says, you know what, the legislators can stay and I will obey their lawmaking, expression of lawmaking power. And that's a settlement. Of course, we know that they're not all happy. They wait for 2027 to fight again on who gets the slot, who wins the power. But they can do what you call modus vivendi, which is live, let's live. It's not a case of, it's not a principled settlement that they have agreed. It's transactional. That there is a mutual assured destruction. And for us, the win-win will be the governor remains, we remain, and then we wait to fight at the polls again to get the governor out, or the governor gets us out. I think that's the only thing. So if there's a common sense compromise to say there's no possibility of vanquishing anyone here. So it's not that Fubara must submit or Wike must submit. You can't vanquish anyone, but we can construct a safe base to fight again. Okay, we accommodate him as a governor. We're not going to try to impeach him, and the governor says the 21 persons they remain as legislators. So then we're not happy with ourselves, but we just have to, continue what they call the Catholic marriage, indissoluble. That does not really mean we're happy.